Hello, everyone. Welcome to WDBJ 7 Plus. I'm Michaela Shelton. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Friday. We have made it to the end of the week. It is almost the weekend. Hopefully, you've had a good week so far. We've got a lot in store for you here today. We, as always, are going to take a look at your First Alert hometown weather forecast in just a little bit. We are also going to take a look at how some local organizations are working to help children in dangerous situations, because this month is Child Abuse Prevention Month. This whole month of April, you might see some blue pinwheels around, just bringing awareness to, what's going on and this month. So yeah, we're going to get into that. We have an interview later in the show with CASA, which is a local organization that works to speak up for children in court and give them a voice. It's volunteer run, so they're really in need of some help there. We're also going to sit down with a 12-year-old boy from the Lynchburg area who is in the finals of a competition that is run by Bob Ross. It's an art competition, and he is just incredibly talented. I can't wait for you to see some of his artwork because it is so amazing. And so, yeah, we've got a lot in store, but of course, we do want to take a look first at your top local headlines for today. And we begin out in Bedford, where a school teacher has been charged with crimes against children. Police say they were notified about a relationship involving a Liberty Middle School teacher and a student. An investigation led to the arrest of this man, Dustin Wade. He's facing multiple charges, including possession and facilitation of child pornography and the use of communication systems to facilitate certain offenses involving children. And last night, two of our hometowns actually considered raising property taxes. The citizens and the Board of Supervisors had very different reactions. Austin Hicks takes us to Montgomery County, which was the calmer of the two meetings.
I'm a senior citizen, and it really hits when you can't buy your groceries because you're tax.
Possible tax increases could be on the rise for Montgomery County residents. The Board of Supervisors is considering the proposed increase on the advertised property tax rates. The biggest change is the proposed real estate tax increase from 76 cents to 81 cents per $100 of assessed value.
The taxpayers are not ATMs, and I'm just asking you to hold the line where it is now with everyone taxing us to death. I would just please ask you not to raise it anymore.
So what would this mean for you? If your house was valued at $250,000, you would be expected to pay $2,025 a year in real estate taxes. That is a $125 increase from last year's tax rate.
To me, I think that is beyond what's needed, and it puts a strain on families here in Montgomery County.
During a public hearing Thursday, numerous residents spoke against the proposed increase. There were also people who spoke in favor of the increase, saying the money generated is needed to run county functions.
I have heard what the school board is advocating for and their proposal, and it seems necessary to increase their funding somehow.
The same increase is also proposed for mobile homes, also moving from 76 to 81 cents per $100.
We can provide better services if we use the resources that we have to provide those services, and I'm really concerned about this idea that tax increases are what are causing economic challenges for people. The tax increases are not what is causing the economic stress.
The board will present their final budget and tax rate April 20th. In Montgomery County, Austin Hicks, WDBJ 7.
And over in Pittsylvania County, the proposed increase was from 56 cents per $100 to 66 cents. Now the board voted for an increase to 62 cents instead of 66 cents, but not before dozens of citizens let the board have it, and members of the board itself argued against the plan. There was applause when the 66-cent tax was voted down, while one member of the board warned this would just lead to the need for another increase in the future. And the president of Virginia Tech just announced he will be leaving soon. WDBJ 7's Kate Capodanno gives us a look at the growth the school has seen over his 12-year tenure.
Hokie Nation first met Tim Sands back in 2013. Our cameras captured that initial introduction.
I wanted to make a few remarks. I have them here in the back of a napkin.
Sands would officially become the president of Virginia Tech in June of 2014. In the 12 years since, growth could be one word to describe his time at the university. That includes Tech's expansion into Northern Virginia. The ribbon cutting for this facility in Alexandria was part of the initial proposal of an innovation campus 7 years earlier.
The Virginia Tech Innovation Campus in Alexandria will be a source of talent, research, partnerships, discoveries, and economic impact.
The university says during his leadership, undergraduate enrollment has grown 30%, and the school's endowment is up 185%. He has also led the school's focus on athletics with hires like football coach James Franklin. Since the announcement, Virginia lawmakers, including Congressman Morgan Griffith and Senator Mark Warner, both praised Sands' work to strengthen the university. Sands says he is committed to serving until a new president is in place. He added that he and his wife plan to stay rooted in Blacksburg. In Roanoke, I'm Kate Capitano, WDBJ 7.
And an educational event aimed at bringing awareness to autism will take place this weekend in Roanoke. Guy Smith from Roanoke is organizing I've Got the Power. It's a superhero comic book themed event, and Smith said autism is not a disability, but a superpower. The event will feature guest speaker Ashley Drayton, an advocate for autism, a parent panel, activities, and a live performance from Grammy-nominated artist Morgan Janae, who also has autism. Smith, who is organizing the event, was diagnosed with autism at the age of 10.
I was diagnosed with autism at the age of 10, so I was diagnosed 20 years ago. And it has made a kind of a big impact on my life. It was a challenge, but there were things I could do with autism. And that autism is my superpower. And I have the power of creativity, such as singing, dancing, acting, voice acting, drawing, doing music, and just public speaking as well, and being an advocate for autism. So last year was marked 10 years since I became an advocate for autism as well.
I love it. And I've Got the Power will be at Melrose Plaza on Saturday, April 11th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Smith said noise canceling headphones will be available for those who are sensitive to loud noises. And you might see blue pinwheels across our hometown throughout April to recognize National Child Abuse Prevention Month. Pinwheels are the national symbol of child abuse prevention, representing hope, health, and the bright futures all children deserve. The displays lead up to Wear Blue Day today. It's a national day to highlight child abuse prevention and the importance of safe, nurturing communities for children. And yes, I know you can't see it, but I do have my blue pants on today, and we actually took a picture here at the station with everyone who is also wearing blue. You'll probably see a lot of blue throughout our newscast. So if you want to check that out, that'll be over on our Facebook page. We are just trying to raise as much awareness as possible this month. And speaking of, coming up after the break, we will have an interview with Focus on Youth CASA. It's an organization out in Martinsville that is working to bring awareness and hopefully get more volunteers for court-appointed special advocates who are representatives for children in court to give them a voice. And so coming up after this quick break, we will talk more about what they're doing to help children in our hometowns and how you can get involved. Welcome back to WDBJ 7 Plus. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm now joined by Carrie Walker, who is the Executive Director for Focus on Youth CASA for the Martinsville, Henry County, and Patrick County areas. Carrie, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Oh, thank you so much for having us to help spread the word
Yes.
about Child Abuse Prevention Month.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, as we know, this month, April, is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and tomorrow on Friday is Wear Blue Day. So, Carrie, for those who don't know, just talk a little bit about Focus on Youth CASA and what y'all do to protect children.
Sure. Simply put, CASA is an organization. We stand up for children that have been abused and neglected, and it's done by everyday people who are trained and sworn in by our local judges, and we just simply advocate for these kids that have been abused and neglected, and we just want to make sure that every child that needs us, that their voice gets heard by the appropriate people.
Right, absolutely. It's such important and life-changing work that y'all do. Talk about the need that you see as well, in our local communities for someone to represent and be a voice for these kids.
Yeah, we are very fortunate here. We have some really, really great advocates. We always need more advocates. Over the last couple of years, the number of kids that we serve has increased by about 250%. So the need is growing, and we are not quite keeping pace with that need. So we still have more children to serve, and simply we would just like for everybody in our community to play a role. We need some more community volunteers.
Right, absolutely. And if someone does want to volunteer or get involved, how can they go about doing that?
Sure, you just have to be 21 years old, and you just have to have a driver's license. No educational degrees or anything like that. We do all the training, and you just have to have a heart for children. And you can reach our office at 276-403-5691, or you can look at our website, which is www.foycasamhc.org. And there's a place on there, a tab that you can click on to get more information, or if you want to fill out a volunteer application.
Right, absolutely. And you mentioned you've seen a very large increase in the number of children that do need representatives in court. Why do you think you're seeing such a growing increase in that?
Well, our community, as well as other communities around the state, we see an increase in drugs, and parents just not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that trickles down and hurts the children. And with the kids being in school right now, things are getting reported by the school teachers, which during the summertime and off seasons, there aren't as many reports that are made. But that's something else that people can do. If you see something that you don't think looks right, say something to the appropriate people. So, because all of us together can help prevent this. And if it's caught quick enough, hopefully we can get the parents the services that they need.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is so true. And talk about the difference and the impact a CASA worker can make for these kids.
Yeah, a CASA worker is the one constant that the child has from the time that they're assigned to our agency until the court case actually closes. And some of our advocates have built lifelong friendships with the kids that they serve. It just gives them somebody that in a time when everything is confusing, it gives them one stable person, and that can help them start to rebuild their trust in adults.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. That is so true. And also, you mentioned that y'all are doing an initiative with pinwheels. If people start to see these pinwheels blowing in the wind around, outside in the community, talk about what that signifies and what that means.
Sure. We do the blue pinwheels, and they're done all over the state. So you're going to see them in all different localities. And it's just simply to bring awareness to child abuse prevention. There'll be signs up and everything. And we actually have a place here in Martinsville where we do an annual pinwheel garden, and it's at a major intersection in town that receives a lot of traffic. So as people go through there, it just kind of reminds them to be on the lookout for, and hopefully encourages some people to get involved with our organization.
Right. Yes. I mean, it is so important because I feel like, almost every day in the news, every week, you see stories involving children, in terrible situations. And so just bringing this awareness and spreading this message is so important. Was there anything else you wanted to add or touch on, regarding CASA, or anything that, you want to see done this month?
Sure. Of course, tomorrow, on Friday, we're encouraging everyone to wear blue. I think the office here will be donning our blue clothes. And then the other thing I just want to mention is everybody can make a difference. You don't have, there are different levels of involvement, and everybody can make a difference, because together we can be the voice for a kid who needs a voice. And that will simply change the course of their lives. So I just encourage everybody to get involved.
Yes, absolutely. And again, just if you do want to get involved, you can visit their Facebook page, which I'm going to put a picture up of here now, and also their website for CASA and the Martinsville, Henry County, Patrick County area. But also there are CASA organizations all across the state that really just give a voice to these kids in need. And so, Carrie, thank you so much for joining us today to talk about this and spread a little bit of awareness.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, of course. All right, y'all, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more WDBJ 7 Plus right after this. Welcome back to WDBJ 7 Plus. Thanks for staying with us. I'm joined now by our chief meteorologist, Justin Pavic, to talk about our First Alert hometown weather forecast. Justin, happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Hey, yeah, weekend's just around the corner here. Weather conditions have been nice, and I think they're going to stay that way for a while.
Right, yes. I'm loving how it's looking for today.
Yep.
We're going to see a warm up, but not quite as warm as you're telling us next week is going to be.
Oh, man, it is going to be downright hot. We're going to jump right into June here, it seems like, skipping ahead here a couple of months. But perhaps you've been out and about the last couple of nights looking up at the night sky. Check this out. Had this submitted by a viewer earlier on this morning from Don Jones. Thanks again for sending this out of some of the northern lights coming in a little further off toward the north. And look at all those stars out there as well. Some absolutely beautiful scenes. We've been getting a lot of pictures in. Really appreciate those. Keep those coming. Lots of great sunrises and sunsets coming up here over the next several days. Things are blooming. Lots of events going on as well. We'd love to have you capture those and send them our way. You can go to our website, WDBJ7.com. You can also upload those right through the weather app. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about the heat. Now, Michaela, when do you think the last time we saw 90 degrees in April was here in Roanoke? What do you think?
Oh, goodness. Probably a long time.
It's been a while, yeah.
Probably a few years. I'll say, I don't know, I'm just going to go random, 2010.
2010, hey, pretty close here. Check it out, Roanoke 2013. So, again, Lynchburg, it's not really been that long, but look at that in Blacksburg. Boy, I have to go all the way back into the 1950s.
Yeah, it gets cold up there.
It gets cold up there. It takes a while. In fact, their average first 90-degree day in Blacksburg really isn't until July. You know, I was thinking probably June, but not until July. Doesn't mean it can't happen before then, but that's typically when it occurs. And then May there for Roanoke, Lynchburg, and Danville. All right, one more question here for you. What do you think would be the warmest April temperature, again, for, let's say Roanoke?
Ever
In April.
In April. Well, since we're about to see 90s next week, I'll just go with 92.
92?
Kind of on the, lower side of the 90s. I don't know, but what do we got here?
Okay, we got the 90s, mid-90s, 99. We were so close to hitting 100 degrees. Now, it was a long time ago. Nobody around right now to talk about that day back in 1906, but we're not going to be that hot here as we dive down the road. But check this out. We go toward next Tuesday, next Wednesday. Here's what we're looking at right around that 90-degree mark. I think we're pretty close to some daily record highs. And then on Wednesday, I think that's going to be the hottest of the days here. We get into the low to mid-90s from Roanoke to Lynchburg to Danville. And like we were saying, Blacksburg, it's been since 1957 that you've seen a 90-degree day. You're very close to it here on Wednesday. All right, so that's a little ways down the road here. Let's kind of rewind, go back to the present. Beautiful conditions. This is all about our hometown home run forecast type of day. Again, we went with that first thing Monday morning. We've stuck with it here all throughout the week. And look at this. We're already into the 60s. It's pretty early now. This was the 11 o'clock numbers, so new numbers coming in here at about 35 minutes. Into the 50s there toward Hot Springs, but like I said, most spots here running a little bit ahead of schedule. So yeah, there it is. That hometown home run forecast this afternoon: 82 Roanoke, Blacksburg, 78, 80 in Lynchburg, and also in Danville and Covington. And while we're talking about some baseball, we've got some more baseball going on here this evening. I tell you what, the Ridgejacks are on a roll. 5-1 right now, coming off that 2-1 win last night. They take on the Wilson Warbirds again this evening at 6:30. Great evening for baseball. We're going to be into the 70s. Probably won't need the coat or the long sleeve. Even as you're heading home, it's still going to have that warm feel. Also have the Hill City Howlers in action this evening. Oh, I see blank slates there. Uh-oh, somebody forgot to do their homework. I can go ahead and tell you the weather conditions here are also going to be very nice. We're talking around 78 degrees first pitch temperature, and then we're falling back into the upper 60s later on. Temperatures here for tonight drop off into the 50s, so pretty comfortable out and about. Really no need to run the heat or perhaps the air. You can crack the windows open, let some of that fresh air in. And then look at this. The weekend looks gorgeous Saturday and Sunday. I think there can be a spotty shower north of Interstate 64. I think that's about for 1 or 2% of the viewing area. By and large, most of us dry. Get outside, enjoy those conditions. Some events going on. Tulip Festival, like I said, going on Saturday into Sunday. I believe this kicks off at right around 10 a.m. on Saturday. Some beautiful sights out there to match the beautiful weather. And then here's that First Alert Super 7-day forecast, and it is heavily weighted on the heat here as we talk about temperatures well into the upper 80s to right around 90 degrees. And I wanted to end with this, Michaela, because we're already in a drought. We talked about this yesterday. You just saw the 7-day forecast, and that's going to add to this as we work our way through the next several days or so. We are way down in terms of rainfall. We're talking 7 to nearly 10 inches if you were to go back to last October. And, if we do not see some appreciable rains here, if we continue to, let's say, dodge or evade the rain, there are going to be some repercussions there when it comes to agriculture, perhaps even fire danger here as we work our way down the road, not to mention lake levels.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit scary. Hopefully we can see some rain in the forecast. But, it is looking beautiful, though, this weekend. I'm very excited.
Very nice. Yeah.
I know last weekend I celebrated Easter with one side of the family. This weekend we
Oh,
are
that's
celebrating
great.
again. Yes.
Hey,
So it's
great
gonna
weather
be-
weekend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, good for you.
Maybe we can get outside and eat and, you know, just celebrate again. It's going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking forward to this. And also, you know, the 90s aren't too bad. It makes you wonder, what is the summer going to have in store?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, you know, drought breeds drought. It's hard to break that cycle.
Yeah.
So, and of course, when you really dry things out, the way, you know, the sun heats up the air, typically, you know, you have some moisture in the soil, you have some moisture in the plants, and they sweat off some of that moisture. So you get rid of that evapotranspiration, then the sun's going to directly heat the soil, and temperatures, of course, can be a little bit warmer. So we like to see, again, some of that moisture in place, but we're drying out.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Justin. And thank y'all for staying with us. Don't go anywhere, though, because coming up, we are going to sit down with a 12-year-old from Lynchburg who is a semifinalist in a Bob Ross art competition. This is a nationwide competition, and you're going to want to see his artwork. It is phenomenal. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to WDBJ 7 Plus. We are talking about America's Most Artistic Kid, presented by Bob Ross. We will see one young artist appear on a special episode of The Joy of Painting, get their artwork displayed in the Minestra Museum, and take home $20,000. And so here joining us today is a quarterfinalist from the Lynchburg area, Weston Fry, and his mom, Michelle. Thank y'all so much for being here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Of course. So just take a look at these paintings right here, first of all. These are done by 12-year-old Weston. Weston, these are beautiful. They are just gorgeous. I've been just in awe looking at these paintings. They're so detailed. What do you say that you love most about painting?
I just really like painting nature and like just looking outside and drawing or painting what is out there.
Right, yeah. And so when did you first start painting?
I was pretty young. I just got out paper and a pencil and started drawing, I guess.
Right, yeah, and you certainly have a gift for sure. Was there anyone who inspired you at all?
My dad's a really good artist also.
Okay, so did he kind of Did you first have the idea of it, or did you kind of see him doing it and want to as well?
I saw my dad.
Yeah. What did you learn from him?
Like how to shade and make it look realistic.
Okay, that painting there is one of my favorites.
Love that.
I mean, that is gorgeous, and that could go up
Yes.
in, somebody's house. Is that the one that is involved in the contest, or is it multiple?
It's multiple.
Okay, gotcha. Well, certainly, I can see why you are a top finalist. Last time I checked the website, you're number 6. What would it mean to you to win? You're going to win $20,000. Your work is going to be featured in a museum and on the show. What would it mean to you?
I would just be really happy, and I could save up the money for like a new car or college.
Wow, yes, I love it. You're already thinking ahead and saving. We also have a guest joining us too, his little sister Millie. She's just the cutest little thing. And so, Mom, where did he get this, idea to put the money toward the future?
Yes, that is totally him. Of course, my husband is very future oriented, so I'm sure he gets the idea from that. Wouldn't you say? Yes.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah,
Right.
thinking ahead.
Yes, I love it. Well,
Yes.
we can see you spend, I think you said hours painting these. How long do you usually spend?
On that dog right there, I spent 5 hours.
Straight?
Or
split up?
I did most of them in the night, and then I had to go to bed, and then I came back the next night.
Right. Wow. So obviously you spend a lot of time painting, but what else do you do outside of it? Do you have any other hobbies you enjoy?
I like sports, mostly baseball and basketball.
Okay, yes. I used to play softball, so I love baseball. And so what does it mean to you to see him, these talents come
Yes.
from him?
I'm just so proud of him. He's using the talents that God has given him to bless other people. And I'm just so proud of him, no matter what happens in the competition. Just proud of his hard work. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And so you can vote at home at artistickid.org. We've got a picture of that up on the screen for you there. He's currently in 6th, not far at all. So Weston, I'm wishing you the absolute best and good luck on this journey. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and I hope that you go really far. I know you're going to go far, but yes, thank you so much for showcasing this with us. And don't go anywhere. We will be right back with more WDBJ 7 Plus after this. Welcome back to WDBJ 7 Plus. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm now joined by Heather Alto. She is with the Central Virginia Business Coalition to talk about their upcoming Home and Health Expo that's coming up on Saturday. Heather, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited about our upcoming show, so I appreciate the opportunity to tell people about it.
Yes, same here. Okay, so yeah, for those who don't know, what can people expect from this Home and Health Expo that we have coming up in Lynchburg?
So, what they can expect is a gym full of different vendors that, they're anything to do with your home and garden and a little bit of health and wellness as well. We kind of paired up this Home and Health Expo together so people could come to one space and get some information about all of those things. With spring hitting, I think a lot of people are thinking about what they can do for their homes, but also people are thinking about getting healthy, getting out. It's nice out. So, how we could combine both of those into one space, I think makes this really helpful to everyone.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. And so talk about some of the vendors that people can expect too.
Yeah, so I find that a lot of times when I'm looking on social media, people are always asking for recommendations for this or that regarding homes. So we have a little bit of everything that people can come to. We have Martin Builders, they're there, general construction. We have real estate, we have gutters, so like K-Guard or Brothers that do gutters. We have windows, we have HVAC. So if they're looking to, maybe their air conditioner hasn't been working the way they want it to with the summer coming, you want to come out and check those HVAC vendors. We have flooring, we have house washing. So a little bit of everything in the realm of the home and garden. We have Toots Farm and Nursery out of Appomattox. They will be there with some perennials and some herbs that you can actually purchase on site and take home with you. And then we have on the health side, we have everything from like adult care to, we have nurse practitioners, we have Johnson's Health Center, we have chiropractic. So all of those things will be on site as well.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. And I love things like that because you can, really learn a lot and see, that would be cool to bring home or to have just in the future, especially bringing together local businesses with the local community. Talk about the importance of showcasing, local businesses, but also local resources for people.
Yes, absolutely. So it's really important, I think, to come out to a vendor event and meet people face to face. A lot of times now, on social media, I hear all the time about people that are getting scammed or they've contacted a business and they put down a deposit and then the person never showed up. And so I think the importance of coming to a show like this is that we've vetted the vendors. We know who they are. We know that they are licensed. We know they're insured. We know they're going to do what they say they are going to do if you come out and meet with them and kind of, whether it's put down a deposit that day or schedule an appointment with them to come out to your home after the event. That I think is one of the biggest things that is important about coming to something like this. The other side of it is supporting local. Many of these contractors or healthcare professionals that you're meeting with are small local business owners. And, right now it's really important to support your local community. And this is just a great way to do that.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And this is taking place from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., right? And talk
That's
about
correct.
where this is taking place as well.
Yeah, so it's taking place at EC Glass High School, which is located at 2111 Memorial Avenue. I tell people it's in the gym, not the auditorium. So you're going to come on the Memorial Avenue side. And yeah, we're really excited for our partnership with them, with EC Glass, Lynchburg City Schools, because we have a big gym to be able to fill. And we're looking to partner, to have it in this area every year moving forward. So it gives us the opportunity to grow. And it's on a bus route, so it's easy for people that maybe have transportation issues to still come and get to it as well. But lots of parking too.
Right. Yeah, that's perfect. It is just to have that space for everyone to get outside. And, speaking of getting outside, just talk about, how home and improving your home and, just making it a better space goes hand in hand with your health and, your mental health as well.
I think a lot of times, and a lot of the vendors you'll speak with will tell you exactly that. Especially if you're looking at like HVAC and you're looking for like your air quality. You look at, people are talking about like electric bills now. and you can look at, we have solar, roofing company that'll be there. Windows, that's a big thing. If your windows are not working properly, that can cause an issue with your electric. So it all kind of goes hand in hand. And then, right now with it being so nice out, people are wanting to exercise. They're wanting to get their, you're starting your swimming. You're, I don't know. It's a great time to be out there gardening, which can improve your health. You're out there being active. So it's just a great time to kind of come out, meet with these vendors. And also, if you're looking to do something to your home, even in the fall, you want to start in the spring because contractors push out quite a few months.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Good information there. And is this event free, or is there somewhere to purchase tickets?
No, it is a free event. It is free admission. We also have from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. we have First Choice Shredding there, so we have a free shred event as well happening. So if you're also trying to declutter yourself, your home, or if you just got piles of stuff, you just want to get it out of there, you can bring that as well from 11 to 1, and it's free shredding too. So we have raffle giveaways going on throughout the day, so you have the opportunity to win some great prizes. So lots of things going on, all for free.
Yes. Oh my goodness. You can't beat that. That is awesome.
Nope.
It sounds great. Like a good time just to get outside, but also to, network and learn all the good stuff you might need in the future. I'm also going to put up a picture right now of the information. Again, this is from 10 to 4 on Saturday at EC Glass High School. This is a completely free event. Lots of vendors there and fun stuff for you to do. Heather, was there anything else you wanted to add at all?
No, I think we basically covered it. Oh, I will mention though, if you are looking for some good eats, we do have the Maine Lobster food truck that will be there on site from 10 to 4. So you can come out and get your lobster rolls or your shrimp tacos, and that's just a little something extra we have on site as well.
Yes. Oh my goodness, that sounds amazing. I love lobster. I just had lobster the other night,
Same.
so
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. Well, there you go, y'all. If you're looking for something to do on Saturday, definitely want to check that out. Heather, thank you so much for joining us and talking about this with us. I really appreciate you being here. And for those watching, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more WDBJ 7 Plus after this. Welcome back to WDBJ 7 Plus. Thanks for staying with us. We want to take a look now at some weekend events coming up around our hometowns. We've got quite a few going on this weekend, and we want to start out with an event taking place here in Roanoke that is in honor of Child Abuse Prevention Month, and it is called Community Celebration. Now, this is taking place tomorrow, Saturday, April 11th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Small Steps Infant and Learning Academy. Now, this is a family-friendly event, and it's going to feature a live DJ, games, prizes, food, and it's just offering something for all ages while also promoting awareness and prevention of child abuse. And this event is free and it's open to the public. They say community members are encouraged to attend and learn more about prevention efforts and show their support for children and families in the Roanoke region. Also happening, which we just talked about before the break, is the Central Virginia Home and Garden Show. This is also taking place on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. This one is at E.C. Glass High School. It is also free admission. There's going to be lots of vendors there from home improvement, health improvement. They're going to have some prizes and some little goodies and just an awesome opportunity to network with your local businesses that have been vetted and proven to do great work. So that's an exciting event. They also have a free shred event from 11 to 1 to get rid of anything you don't really need. So got a lot of good stuff happening there. And then finally, also taking place is there's a special event here in Roanoke. It's called I've Got the Power. It's aimed at bringing awareness to autism, and Guy Smith is organizing this event. It's I've Got the Power because he says autism is not a disability, but it's a superpower. So that's going to feature guest speaker Ashley Drayton and an advocate for autism, a parent panel, activities, and a live performance from Grammy-nominated artist Morgan Janae, who also has autism. And so, again, that is free, and that is going to be taking place at the Melrose Plaza on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So lots of good stuff happening here in our hometowns, and we've got a lot of other events over on our website, WDBJ7.com, that you can check out. We hope you have a great weekend. It is looking beautiful out there, and make sure to stay tuned here on WDBJ7 Plus. We've got our 12 o'clock newscast coming up in just 10 minutes, and we've also got our exclusive weather show that takes place here on WDBJ 7 Plus at 2 o'clock, and then later at 6:30. We've got our hometown sports huddle. We've got, Dave Walls and Mitch Carr and Austin Hicks. They get together and just talk sports. So, and if you happen to miss any of these shows, they will be on our website under the WDBJ 7 Plus tab, and same thing for our app on our streaming devices like your smart TV, your phone, anything like that. So thank y'all so much for watching. We hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on Monday at 11 a.m. Thank you so much for watching.